Welcome to episode 7. I'm Mike,
And I'm Kayla.
and this is our story. How you doing today?
I'm great. It's almost the weekend.
It is almost a week. It's been a
I
long
felt
week.
like before I kept just saying, I'm okay, I think. So I needed to change it up today.
Okay. Do you mean it when you say great?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a good week.
Okay.
A long week, but a good week.
Yeah. What has made it a good week?
I just feel good overall, I guess, which I don't I don't necessarily feel like 100% myself, but I feel good physically, I think for the most part. So I need to
Good.
just be happy about that.
That's good. P.S. Anyone who's watching, we might put this. I don't know. We're like playing around with video and stuff, and I might get this up on YouTube. But it's interesting right now. It's a different one than we've done. Like a different setup. But I feel like as I'm talking, you were like looking through a forest because we have these like leaves right here. I
We're
kind
in
of
a
like it.
jungle.
That's right. Um,
Jungle chug.
those were the good old
I
days.
know. Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
Yeah. all
Jake
right.
and Raisa.
All right. Well, anything like how's your week going? As far not just like work and all that, but you've been on the Kaskali for. Am I saying that right? That's,
I don't know, I've heard both.
okay. Well, let's
Um,
not get into. Let's not have another episode about pronunciations.
no.
So how's that going for you?
Good. I've been over on it for over a week now, and I feel good. I don't remember if I talked about this the last time, but I've learned that I need to eat when I take it. I'm taking it at night. I'm sorry if I've talked about this before already. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't think I can complain. So
Yeah,
I'll take it.
that's good. Yeah, no major side effects or.
Yeah, so I'll be on it for like a week, a little over a week and a half, and then I'll take a week break and I'll have blood work. I don't know if the blood work is at the end of the third week or if it's at the end of the fourth week. I'm not sure. Just to check like my liver enzymes. And I got a baseline EKG. I don't know how often I'll get an EKG to check my heart because it can also impact that. But we meet with the oncologist next week for like a monthly check-in, so I'll be able to ask her some of those questions then.
Okay, nice. And then this episode's going to come out on Tuesday, and
Oh yeah, we actually meet with her when on that day.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
So
we'll have an update the
next
following
episode.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing I thought about that we didn't talk about beforehand was that I went to support group on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. How was that?
Good. So that's through the BCA, that breast cancer awareness
And
group
and, and
that
that's
I
just a
see.
local thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like regional to Maryland, like the Western Maryland, a little bit of like Pennsylvania just above us, and a little bit of West Virginia below us. I don't know exactly like how far their stretch is, but they can only support a certain like distance, I think. But the director there, Stacy, is wonderful, and she's been so supportive of us. I feel like, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know her a little bit better as we travel through this journey. But yeah, support group. I think it can be. I don't think I've really talked about it much before, but I think when you're stage 4, it can often be looked at in like a negative way, and people can be scared of it because it's the thing that nobody wants. And I've felt nothing but acceptance being there. Anyway,
Yeah. Sounds good. But yeah, it sounds like the group has been awesome, like going to them, and but also the organization. You've already had a lot of interaction with them, and it's been extremely positive. I think they have a meetup. I think coming
oh
up, like
yeah,
just like a happy hour type thing
in May,
in May.
right?
We're gonna go to that, and then there's also a golf outing. I think we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I think we're gonna volunteer for that as well. I
It
think
might
that
be the same week actually.
it might also be in May as well. Yeah. So
Yeah, looking forward to that. And they have some other events as the year goes on, so I'm sure we'll touch on those. But yeah, we're really excited about just like what is available in our area because I'm learning that a lot of locations, like, around the country don't have something like that, so they just seem incredible.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Speaking of events, we are officially registered for the conference in April.
We are, and I realize this is its 20th year.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
so that's exciting.
Is it always in Philly or does it move around?
I think it's always in
Okay.
Philly. Yeah, so it is put on by Living Beyond Breast Cancer, which is not just for metastatic, stage 4. women and men, but also, but like this is something that they put on specifically for stage 4, which is awesome. And it's caregivers can come too. So I'm looking forward to having you be a part of that with me, and also for you to like meet other spouses or support people. Um, I just feel like, you're kind of like, I have a lot of support from outside resources and things like that, but I don't know how much support you have really had, or like people that you've been able to connect with at all. So,
Yeah, no, very little. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
are you nervous about it?
Um, I think I'm nervous just to like hear some of the like bad stories or like people
Mhm.
who are in kind of the like things aren't working so
Mhm.
well,
Mhm.
treatment wise. So those are just those the situations are always tough. But no, I don't think I'm nervous. Are you nervous?
Not right now. I'm sure I will be leading up to it. I think just like any new situation, like we don't know anybody. Well, I think Stacy's going, the director of the BCA, and she's one of the people that recommended it to us. But we don't know anyone else. So but I'm looking forward to that. Like I'm looking forward to making some connections. Like we've connected with some people on Instagram, just like following their profile or them following us, but we haven't really like developed friendships yet. And
Right.
so I'm looking forward to just meeting other people and hopefully then like building those relationships and friendships that we can like continue to connect with.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be like you should have like close friends who are going through this? Because I mean, as far as like friends, like you don't have anyone going through this right now, and especially stage 4. Like, do you think that'll be like? Is that something you're actively hoping happens? Like, you kind of
I yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think though, I belong to a few social media groups and I see people posting about group members who have been active who have since passed away. And like obviously everybody going through life, like you're going to have friends and family who pass away, but I think that's a hard thing, like making connections and building these relationships with people and knowing like some people's time is going to be cut way 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 too short. And like it's just, I don't know, you're opening yourself up to
good
a
point.
lot more grief, and also like a reality of like what could potentially happen. So um I don't want to get like too emotional or anything really with that, but I just think that's something that's hard, and you're making yourself very vulnerable in that situation. But at the same time, like they don't say, um it's the worst club with the best people for nothing. Like I know you have to process
I had
that.
to think
Yep, I
about it.
saw
Yes,
that. I actually had to pause for a second and think about
I was like,
how I was gonna
did
say
you say it
that.
correctly?
I don't know. I was like, Did I put that
It made sense.
backwards?"
Once it processed, it made
Best
sense.
club with the worst people? That would be really bad if I had said that.
No, yeah, that yeah,
But I think, there's a lot of men and women out there who are, like, advocating for change, and, like, I have said, like, I wanna be a part of that, and I think a lot of that is building relationships with other women, and, yeah, men, like, who are going through this. So I'm open to that, knowing that there will be more difficult moments as a result in the future.
yeah,
But I, again, like seeing some of these people online sharing their stories, like they're incredible and their positivity is something like I take inspiration from, and like the things that they're doing to advocate and like help other women understand, or like other people understand like what this all means, is something I want to be a part of.
yeah, definitely. Okay, well, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we meet a lot of thrivers that weekend. That's
And I think as we get closer to it, we'll probably do maybe like a preview of what exactly the conference will entail, and then obviously I think we're hoping to record while we're there.
yeah. At a minimum, I think we do kind of like a day 1, day 2 recap type thing, and
And
you
then
know,
maybe like a week later, like how we're feeling. I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, definitely,
Playing around with this still,
yeah,
learning a lot.
yep. Um, one little update: if you are watching the video, if I did put it up, you might see I'm wearing this awesome hoodie. I made
Yeah.
some hoodies just to really because Kayla made such an awesome cover art for this. I wanted to show it off. Sorry if the volume is weird, but pretty awesome. So we made a few of these for like family and friends. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
I need to remember to pack it for this weekend. I haven't done that yet.
Well, yeah, we got to bring everyone else's too
I know.
that ordered them.
I can't forget that.
All right. Anything else, kind of update wise, or any little
I mean, I
small
guess
talk we want to
like
get?
speaking of this weekend, we're getting ready to go back to
Yeah,
Cleveland. Um, it is St. Patrick's Day next week, so obviously this will be released on St. Patrick's Day actually.
St. Patrick's Day is Tuesday.
Yeah, 17th.
I thought it was the 16th.
You
You get
guys,
so mad at me when I
I know.
forget
Come
St.
on, you
Patrick's Day,
have been
as if it's
married
like
to
a
me for
Christmas.
how long now? Get it together. So, anyway, my grandma always throws a party either the weekend before or the weekend after St. Patrick's Day. So, this year it is the weekend before, and we're going back. We usually do. You've missed a couple years just because you've been traveling normally.
Yeah, my work normally does like a big conference that like around that week. It's actually this week right now that we're recording,
Oh, I forgot about
and
that.
I
Yeah.
didn't go this year for obvious reasons. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm
So,
excited
we'll,
to
yeah.
go this weekend and see family, and it'll be nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
It kind of stinks. The weather's gonna be crappy. So it was 80 degrees yesterday here,
Oh, it's hot.
and then today it flurried.
Hmm.
So, and then it's gonna
Hmm.
be cold this weekend, of course, while we're out. So,
Yeah.
oh well.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think we can get right into it.
let's get into it. So, my plan for today's episode, and I gave you an idea of what it's going to be.
A little bit, but honestly,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So, a few times throughout the first, 6 episodes, you have used this phrase that you are no longer the same person before December 7th and the same person before January 21st.
Hmm.
So, I want to get into that and ask, what do you mean by that? And kind of like go deeper into it. And as we go through that, kind of ask ourselves, like, is it true? Are we different? And if so, how are we different?
Hmm.
And then we'll bring it all back around to like why that matters for people around us and everything.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So, how are you different? Why did you say that? I guess let's start there. Why did you say you're a different person?
I think a few different reasons. I think one, I will never be able to I don't know that I'll ever wake up and not think about cancer the rest of the day and how it's impacting me in my life. Um and even people who don't have stage 4, I would imagine that cancer is obviously very heavy on their mind, but until there is a cure, I'm constantly going to be thinking about it, wondering about it, what's going to happen next. I feel like we've said over and over again, we're going to be living in 3-month increments moving forward, just hoping that each treatment lasts as long as it can. Um, and I 100% like right today, I am not thinking about it nearly as much as I did, but it still crosses my mind probably at least 40 times a day at some point.
So, when it crosses your mind, and what like types of situations does it cross your mind? Is it always negative? Is it always kind of, thinking about just treatments coming up, or describe that for us a little bit when it comes to your mind?
I think it's a combination of a few different things. I think like one is just okay, like how can we I don't know, I have like big goals and not necessarily like specific goals or anything, but like big things that I want to do that just haven't taken shape yet. So like that's almost like an exciting thing in
Do you
a
mean
way.
the goals relating to this, or just okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and like what we can do like to make a dent in something, no matter how small of a dent it is, just like you have your big scary goals and then you kind of have like your medium goals and then like, first
Mhm.
goal I feel like for us right now is just seeing where these next couple months with the podcast take us, but also like going to this conference and networking a little bit and like meeting people and like where does that take us then? And so that's not necessarily like a scary thing. But of course, there's random times that the kids make me think sad, scary things, and I don't like that. I am able to push through that though differently than I was before. Like I can say to myself, like, not right now. Like, don't go there right now. That is not nothing is going to change right now in that way. So don't go there. Where in January, I couldn't do that. I didn't understand how I could get to a point like of where I am now. Like back then, I never would have thought that we could be like sitting here and not even just sitting here, but like going through life, like going to work, functioning, not crying 25 times a day and like having to shut my office door and just like hope that I can make it till the end of the day before having to go home,
Yeah.
Like those types of things, like the fear and like the anxiety and just like I don't it's until you are in it, you have no idea what it feels like. And so it's amazing to me that like we can sit right now and talk like this and I'm genuinely can say like I'm okay right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about with like the boys like doing something or saying something that kind of like triggers that. And I remember there was one night, and this was kind of early on, like when we were just starting to like get into feeling a little bit okay with things. And
mhm.
Everett was like, "I love you forever, mommy."
Mm,
And I just saw the look on your face with that.
mhm.
And like those moments are tough. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm not trying to get you upset right now.
No, it's okay. It's just like you look at them and you just want to see them grow up. Like I just want to know who they're going to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to miss anything. So when he says stuff like that, it just makes that reality hit a little bit. And gosh, this is probably like the worst I've cried since the last time we recorded. Um, because honestly, like most of the time I'm doing
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Um, but anytime I think too much about the kids, like I just
Oh, yeah.
I
We
can't do
obviously
it.
we had a whole episode about how hard that is. And I think that's something that like isn't like undeniably, yes, we've changed. Like those type of things aren't something people think of. We never thought about that before December
No.
7th. Like it was, it was just that's the next thing we're gonna see. We're gonna see them grow up. We're gonna see all this stuff, and then they even have to like try to wrap your head around an alternative. That's difficult. That's not something most people think about.
Yeah,
And I can say, yeah, for sure. Like that's a huge change.
absolutely. But I will say, like, talking about it, not and I don't have to talk about it as much as I used to. But like saying those words out loud, like as hard as they are, it does help. Um, and I think it helps me knowing like it's not just you and my mom that know those big scary thoughts. Like other people in our world also know that. Um, and I don't know why. Like I can't necessarily describe like why that makes me feel better. But I think again, like I don't think we're meant to like live with these huge heavy things in our mind by ourselves. Like that's why we have support people. That's why we have friends. That's why we have family so they can take some of that burden and like hold it for us for a little bit. And not that it doesn't like not that it's gone from me, but sharing it and like putting it out into the universe, like knowing that these other people like know how I'm like truly feeling and like the thoughts that go through my mind, like for some reason that is helpful. And again, like
Yeah.
I think it goes back to that like support network and like the community that you build and knowing that people just want to be there for you and you truly know like who is in it when like they're not scared of those things that you say. And not that I like say it to everybody or anything, but even just knowing like I can say it openly on this podcast and people still are gonna care and, like, it's not gonna scare them away. Well, hopefully. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll scare some people because I know
Yeah.
I 100% understand that, like, some people just they can't handle it, and that's
Oh, I was
okay.
that person
I know
for
you were.
sure.
I
I
know.
mean, I still am
I
sometimes.
know.
Like I'll
Yeah.
hear a story and it's like I can't listen to that right now. I that's not something I want to think about.
Yeah.
And that's and I get it. Like we're putting a podcast out there where like we want people to listen to it,
Mhm.
but I totally get it when someone's like, "Oh, I don't want to listen to that. That's
Mhm.
too sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too scary." That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's like also going into just like kind of going back to meeting people who are navigating this and like hearing the hard things and the scary things that they're going through. And on the flip side of that, also hearing about people being like going through something or like being diagnosed with something, like even a support group. Like I'm so happy that these women are in remission and like so happy for them. Like my own family, my mom and my aunt like are in good places. And of course I'm like so happy. I don't want this anybody to go through this, but it's still a really hard thing because I'm like, well, why? It's the why me thing, right? And I try not to do that to myself, but it's still like at 36 years old, I'm a mom of two. I'm married to you. Like, why? Why do I have to be the one that has this? And like, why didn't I catch it sooner? And I don't know. You could spiral down a million
Oh
questions
yeah.
like that. And I have and it doesn't do anything for me. But it sometimes, and I know in the future moving forward, like I'm going to have to learn how to protect myself a little bit while also showing like compassion and love for people who might be navigating this journey, but in like a different way and not at the stage that I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think everybody's obviously different, even if they're at like an earlier stage, like they might have less support, they might have different financial situations, and
Hmm.
they're gonna do things differently. Um, that might be frustrating for someone like you sitting here, stage four de novos. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So you're obviously like I'm here a lot. Like I'm your primary support person. We
Hmm.
talk a lot,
Hmm.
but I am not going through this personally.
Hmm.
I'm putting you on the spot. What is
Okay.
something that you're dealing with that I don't understand?
um I know, that's a long pause.
It is. It is.
Sorry. I'm
It,
trying to decide, I don't know, I'm kinda thinking of, like, a couple different things, and it's, like, it could be, like, one is, like, the physical side of it, like, outwardly, right? Is that the right word? Like, I look fine.
mhm,
Um, am I do I look any different to you?
no.
So, I think even though, like, I'm not really symptomatic, like, I'm not symptomatic from the cancer at all, whatsoever. I think I do have, like, very minor side effects that I don't necessarily could pinpoint are menopause or pinpoint is from this medication, and it's not even every day or every hour, it's just like, "Oh, would I be feeling that if I wasn't dealing with this?" Like, random headaches or whatever, and I know it's from the menopause, like, I never had them before, and now I'm in menopause, and that's, like, a symptom, you know? Um but also I think, like, I don't know, I'm probably more irritable. I don't know if you I don't know if you would notice that, but it's just things that are going on, like, every little thing I'm constantly like, "Is that is that the cancer? Is that a side effect? Is it just normal body stuff that I'm overthinking and overanalyzing?" And then it's also, do I tell Mike about it? Because it's really not a big deal, but, like, when does it get to a point where maybe I do need to mention it? And I'm
Mm,
not that
yeah.
I'm there with anything, but
Right.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
ahead of, like,
Mhm.
in the future, if I'm having these things, like, I don't wanna over stress you if it's really nothing, but it's also, like, I don't know that you're necessarily thinking about, like, all the different things that are reeling in my brain constantly of, like, the worry of the physical side.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there? I guess I don't know. Maybe this is too related, but for someone who is close to a person with cancer, especially stage four, like, is there anything like going like beyond like the side effects and stuff like that? Like is there a mental load of it that we just don't understand yet, or did you kind of already touch on that? You think?
Um, I'm sure there is, but I think in a way it's kind of almost like I'm sure you are thinking about what life looks like if in the future, way, 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 way future, if something happens to me, what does your life look like? And what does the boy's life look like? And um, for me, I'm thinking about like, okay, like what if I get to a point where things aren't good? And, I've thought about hospice and I've thought about, I don't, all of those things and just like what will happen after that. And so, I mean, I know you have like those scary thoughts from your perspective, and then I have them from my perspective. And I don't know that we know exactly what each other is thinking or like how we're feeling with that. But at the same time, I think those are very connected. And so
Yeah, like I think that's kind of like the question I was asking is like those very scary thoughts. Like we both have them and everything, but like there's two different perspectives,
yeah.
and I want to make sure that obviously that I'm sympathetic to yours, but also just other people too in our lives, like other support people that
Hmm.
like that's something that you are living with constantly and thinking about, and how this is going to affect those close to you
Yeah.
in the bad situations. And like, it's like obviously you're very worried about yourself, but I think you're carrying
Um,
this load for so many other people in that
I'm
event.
worried. My biggest fears and concerns aren't the side effects and symptoms and things that I'll have to go through. It's the impact that it'll have on everybody else in our lives.
Yeah.
Specifically, you, the boys, my mom, my grandma, like my immediate family, your immediate family, but then like our friends and everything else. And like, yeah, of course, like it sucks and I don't want to have to deal with it, but I don't have a choice. And but this is all then going to come on you guys, and I don't like that. um I think I don't know, I've had like multiple thoughts too of like it's silly and I know this. Like I constantly am like, oh my gosh, Mike and the boys are going to be alone. Like I don't know what I'm going to do. Like they can't I how. And then I'm like, you're being ridiculous. Like there are a million people who like love us and want to take care of us and want to help. Like you're not going to be. But there are times where I'm like literally thinking like they are going to have nobody. And I know that's like because I'm like I won't if I'm not here.
Yeah.
And that's I know that's not true. Gosh, this is getting really dark and
Yeah, I
I
know.
didn't want to get this
No, but you know
started.
what? I did not expect it to go this way. It's definitely not the way I intended it to go, but I do think this is showing that like I asked you how you've changed and how you're not the same person. Like the person Kayla December 6th wasn't thinking about this crap.
No.
So I think it's a relevant avenue that it's turned down.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of like a therapy session for us. Like we don't talk about cancer every single day like we were. I mean, really, there's days that we don't talk about it.
Yeah, for
Um
sure.
and which is great. Like I think I'm like thankful that we
Yeah.
don't every single day. And I think, we haven't had these big, heavy conversations in a really long time when we think about like, January seems like forever ago
Oh, it
compared to,
does. Yeah.
now. So I think some of it is just like we haven't talked about this in a really long time. So now this is bringing it to light and we probably won't talk about it again for a while, but
Yeah.
I think it is good that we're talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. You doing okay?
Yeah, not as great as I was at the beginning of this.
Sorry.
I really went into this feeling great.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I just feel bad. We should, I don't know, lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah. So, okay then. In what ways haven't you changed? Like, what was Kayla's core values from January 1st, 2025 to December 6th, 2025? And how have those changed?
Um, being a good mom, a good wife, a good daughter, granddaughter, all the things. I think I'm still getting up every morning and sometimes doing the laundry. Not always. I'm not always. I've gotten better though. I feel like
You're
I'm a
making it sound
little
like you
bit.
wake up and do
I
laundry.
don't, but you
That's
know what I mean.
yeah,
Like,
I know, I just wanna
but like I feel like there was a time period there where life just stopped around me, and I know we've talked about like we had support and we've had the help, but I think I also did not have the physical, mental, emotional, whatever it is, energy to do anything other than what I absolutely had to do to get through the day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, like, laundry didn't get done. I mean, dishes still don't get done very often by me. They have occasionally.
I had
You,
proof of it.
I know.
Yeah,
But like, this week, I think especially, I'm like, "Oh," I'm, like, doing some things that I just wouldn't do, like picking up before bed, like, just, grabbing some things here and there, like, I was not doing that for weeks and weeks and
yeah,
weeks.
that's
I just
understandable.
could not handle it, and it was, like, so exhausting, not physically, but just mentally and emotionally, forcing myself to do that for a long time.
Yeah,
So, I feel, like, better just getting back into those routines, but I think also like, showing up at work every day and, like, feeling more like myself. And, I mean, I still feel like I have a little bit of a protective bubble around myself. Not me doing that, but, like, my coworkers, I've said, have been amazing, and I think they're just, trying to protect me when they can, but I also feel so much better than I did when like, in December, I was like, "I don't know how I'm supposed to do this every day. I can't. I will not be able to. There is no way."
yeah,
And I don't know what the future is gonna look like with my career and everything, but right now, it feels really good to feel more like myself in that way because my job is really important to me. Like, I care. I care about my coworkers. I care about the kids. Like, I care about the families that I work with, and that was really hard. Just I had to put it on the back burner, and that was difficult for me.
yeah, definitely. But I think what I was trying
I'm
to
sorry.
no, no,
I
no,
get it.
you did nothing wrong. What I'm trying to show is that, like, you are not, like 2 things are true. You're not the same person, but you're deep down, you're also the same person. You're
Yeah,
the same person who cares about people very deeply. You're an amazing mother, a great wife, an amazing educator, someone who just cares, and that's not changing despite everything that you have going on with yourself.
well, thank you. I'm trying.
Like, I think it's like both things can be true.
Mhm.
Like, y we just explained how you're not the same person, and I agree 100% with that, but I wanted to make sure that, like, you're still you.
Yeah, yeah, and I think, like, going on that girls' weekend, like, and just, we yeah, of course, we talked about it a little bit, but that was not the main thing we talked about, and we did puzzles, and we went and we were dancing, like, out at a bar, and, like, it was so nice to feel like myself because that is something I would do, and I have done, like, my whole life, and, like, dancing with my friends, and I'm not a great dancer, but I don't care, I had a lot of fun.
You can do the Irish dance.
I have been known to do that
You
occasionally.
wanna
Not right now.
It'll be in the bonus footage.
Um, so, like, the weekends like those, or, like, when we went back to Cleveland, for the Chinese New Year party, like, just being there, it was a little weird because I hadn't seen the majority of those people since finding out, but it was just still, like, nice to be in something that wasn't about me. Like, I had been going to doctor's appointments after doctor's appointments, and anytime I talked to people, it was about, like, me and what I was going through, and not that that didn't come up a little bit, but it was very nice to just be around people and be, quote, unquote, "normal," and that's why, like, I'm looking forward to this weekend, because I feel like it'll happen again.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
How have I changed?
Yeah.
I think in very similar ways, like, I I I think overall, I'm just really trying to live in the moment, like, I don't think far ahead for things right now, like,
Yeah.
planning ahead just doesn't I'm not interested in that,
Mhm.
1, because it's scary,
Yeah.
um, so I don't wanna think about those, I just wanna enjoy kind of what we have now. But also just yeah, because I don't know what the future holds, and I'm not a planner. I don't want to come off as someone who's really organized because I'm not. But I also like to know what's going to happen, and I like to have a plan, I guess.
Mhm.
And like not being able to do that is very stressful for me, and kind of, but also because it's because of the reason why. Like I don't want to go down that road too far. So I guess in that some way, and also just like things aren't as interesting to me that they used to be. I don't know.
Like, can you give an example?
Well, like, I mean, I guess just like the little things that I used to do. Like, I'm maybe it's just gonna take some time to get into it. Um, but like going through this like this year with like football, like the NFL, like I just didn't care about the games. Now, granted, we were like,
I was gonna say
I
we
know,
were
I
in the
know,
thick of
I
it.
know, I know. But even like when we were visiting our friends in North Carolina for the big group thing, like I had no interest in like the drinking aspect of it. I mean, obviously, again, that was still pretty early, but I think even still, like, I'm just not. I don't know. Like,
But even, I mean, you've been,
I'm getting old. I am getting old.
yeah.
Yeah, I like waking up headache free.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I'm just okay, like slowing down more and more.
Hmm. I think that's something that's difficult for me. Like I'm a planner too. And I want to, like, one of the things that I really want to do is travel a ton and take the boys places and go with them, but also just like me and you too. But it's hard to think too far ahead because we just don't know where we're going to be and like what we're going to be doing. But it's also, I think, like the financial side of things is hard because, lots of people want to help us, and I'm still working full time. You're still working full time. I mean, you're going to be, but I think, and this is something that we haven't talked about, that I struggle with like spending money on things that people will see us spending money on. And then they're like, well, do they like what's going on? And not that I think like
Yeah, I
our
see that.
friends will think that, but I don't know. Like, I like almost have guilt using it on anything that's not like medical or like for, I don't know, like the basic necessities, like
Yeah,
food or our mortgage or whatever. Because I mean, we are being impacted. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, even though my insurance is amazing, like we still have copays, we still have travel, we still have these things that cost more money than we were expecting to, have to pay for. Um, but I'm struggling with like what that looks like from the outside.
yeah. No, yeah, I can see that. Speaking of like fees and stuff, we talked about this a little bit, but I saw someone post this recently. It's some group that like I think helps people with stuff, and it was about like paying parking fees after the hospital. And it's like, that is, like, such a crappy thing,
Yeah.
especially, like, the day we got the stage 4 diagnosis. It's
I know
like,
we had to go pay this
pay for and it's
like
like, "What?"
this
Like,
parking garage.
that I don't know. I get it, like, land's not free, parking structures aren't free for the hospitals that own them, but, man, it really sucks to have to pay for something like that.
I know.
But, yeah, that stuff does add up. Um, so I wanted to kind of bring this around to, like, why it matters that you've changed, and we kind of have already been talking about this, but you know, we have a lot of people around us that care, and just people around us in general. You work with people who maybe they don't know exactly what you're going through all the time, but I think it's important that the people like relatively close to us who know what's going on, they have an idea that you've changed, because things that maybe we used to want to do, we don't do anymore. Or even like thinking ahead, like sometimes our friends talk about well, they love talking about going to Mexico all the time. They're like, oh, in 5 years we're going to Mexico. I think they were talking about it like when we were down there that weekend, and it's like, I can't think like that right now. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what 5 years is going to hold. I don't know what a year looks like. I don't know what 2 years looks like. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like when people have those conversations, and I'm not saying don't do it. Absolutely. I mean, that's like, please don't think like that.
Yeah, like, that's
Just
something we have to work
understand
on.
if I'm not in that conversation, even though I'm around. Like, if I'm,
Mhm. If we walk away, it's not anything against
it's not that we
you.
don't want to go, or it's not that you know we don't want to
Correct.
be around our friends and family in those situations, but I don't know if I can plan for something like that right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people around us to know that, like,
Mhm.
that we have changed in that case.
Mhm. Well, and it's not just, um, like "Oh, I don't know, like, I don't know medically where I'm gonna be," but it's also, like, for us, for me and you, it's, like, irresponsible in a way to go all in on a trip over a year in the future and, like, possibly put money into it and whatever when we have 2 kids here and, like, we really do not know what my medical treatment will look like then.
Right.
Like, and that's hard, but it is what it is. So I think, yeah, we probably are going to be doing a lot more like impromptu trips and things like that. Like we're going to be making more like last minute decisions to go do something because it's going to be in those 3-month increments. Because I could be, if I get to know evidence of disease, let's say I could be that one, let's say in like December, and then 3 months later, it could be spread in multiple places and we have to change treatments. And then I could get to that again, but like that's going to be our future.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. And then yeah.
You looked deep in thought there.
No, just when you said spreading more, it's like I just like
I know.
stuff like that is just
I know.
like it's scary.
It is. It is.
But
Um, I was thinking about another thing, like about how I'm changing as a person, but in a good way. Not that it's not all in a good way, but um, my mom has always been very much like about helping others, and not that I'm not like that, but like she volunteers for everything under the sun. And I've always really admired that about her. And I did a lot of volunteer things with her like growing up and stuff like that, but then as an adult like working and everything and having young kids, I'm not engaged in as many things as I would like to be, and that's something that I've definitely like wanted to do more, but realistically we just don't always have the time to do that. And especially like not having family here and babysitters and blah blah blah. But I think this like this has, I've talked about it before, like the advocacy part of this and like the awareness part of this, and then like the volunteer stuff through BCA and becoming engaged in like these conference or going to these conferences and things like that. I think now I'm like kind of finding my niche of like, okay, I might not have been able to do XYZ volunteering previously, but now I'm like finding that this is the avenue I can take and like see how far I can take it. So I'm excited about that. And I feel like I've gotten that from her. And I just, again, like it took me a little while to figure out exactly what that was going to look like for me. Um, but I just am really thankful for her, like of instilling that value of, giving back to others and becoming involved and, creating a community around that.
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
You're the best.
All right. I think one thing I also wanted to touch on with just like with like support people and friends and people around us is don't get upset if like something triggers us that maybe didn't. And it could just be
Mhm.
as simple as like you mentioned the other day, like a couple weeks ago, we were watching that movie and there was like the whole premise was the mother passed away from cancer and you're like, we can't watch this.
Mhm.
Like there might be, yeah, it's like there might be some things that trigger us that wouldn't be triggering any other time for people not going through this. And so just kind of
Yeah, and I think
obviously
just
I'm not
like knowing like we're not offended, like that you
no,
wouldn't think of that. Like there's so many things that I remember like going through life, like hindsight now, it's like, oh my gosh, like I never would have thought, about this, or I never would have thought maybe I shouldn't say something like this. And now it's like, oh no, now that I'm in it, I understand.
right.
So we never expect people to like fully understand or stop doing whatever. That we don't want people to walk on eggshells around us.
Definitely
That's
not.
important to us.
Absolutely not.
Um, but there might be times where we just get up and walk away, or there might be times where we're like, we can't do this right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like one thing I've like I cry sometimes now.
I know.
Like yeah, so this was like early on at work. I was at my desk and my boss came over. She had asked me a question or something and I was like I was crying. Like I was like in my eyes, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, This is just me now." Like
You're just like an emotional little teddy
there's
bear.
nothing wrong with crying,
There isn't,
but I
Michael.
don't think I cried more than 3 times in my life before this.
No, I have already talked about our wedding, the birth of our 2 boys,
And
and
hooch.
Hooch, so 4.
I don't even know if I cried when the kids were
You
born.
did, well, at least Liam. I don't know about Everett. Poor Evie. Oh my goodness. Ugh,
We love him.
I know he's the
He is. He
best.
is.
And he's so sweet lately. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you see me crying, it's just who I am now. I'm a crier. I'm a big
Yeah,
cry
what did
guy.
you used to say about
It's
crying?
a waste of time.
Uh-huh. Is it still a waste of time?
It depends on the situation.
So when you think it's okay to cry, it's okay. But if somebody else is crying and you don't think it's the right time, then what? How
Look,
do you feel about that?
I my I have changed. This has changed me, obviously, but there
I'm rolling my eyes.
I get it. Yes. I don't know. Like sometimes I think people use it as a as
Stop
a
it.
what?
What we're we'll keep talking now, but
It's a tactic.
it is not a tactic.
Okay.
I mean, we're not on like a fake reality show.
I get it. I get
This
it.
is real life.
No, I get it. I get it.
And before cancer was also real
I
life.
know. I know. I like I said, crying was not a reaction that my
Don't shame
body
our
did.
3-year-old for crying.
I'm not shaming anybody for crying. What I'm saying now is that I understand and I'm evolving and growing.
Good for
You're
you.
welcome,
I'm
everybody.
really proud of
Thank
you.
you.
And I'm also rolling my eyes.
I know. All right. Well, that got a little deeper than I was expecting.
I know we got to lighten it up the next one. I can't put people through
Okay.
this
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah,
episodes
we'll
in a
do a
row.
fun one.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah. Well, before we get too light, I do want to kind of talk about something for myself, and
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about it. I figured we're here, we're talking.
Okay.
I'm not doing that great.
I know.
Like, I don't want to do this.
I know.
I don't want. I just don't want this, and it's hard. Like, I want to go. I don't want to change. I want to go back to January 6th, and I want to care about the things we cared about then. And it just, I don't know. Some days are hard, and not like the hard, like I'm crying or sad. I feel lost a lot of days.
I know.
Like I sit at my computer at work and I kind of just stare, click between documents, and like I'm doing my job. I'm getting my job done. Sometimes I'm leaving stuff for when you go to bed, and I work from like 10 to midnight or something, or 10 to 2, but just to like make sure I'm staying on top of it. And I've already mentioned like my coworkers and bosses have been awesome, and definitely covering, picking up the slack when I need it. But I just like I just feel lost throughout the day.
Yeah.
Um and we're talking about the whole change, and I wish we didn't need to. And I wish you didn't have to go through what you're going through to do all the amazing stuff you want to do and to help the people that you're helping. There's
Mhm.
a Spotify listener left a comment that your story inspired them to get their first mammogram at 31
Mhm.
because they carry a gene that is potential for cancer. And that's awesome that your story did that.
I know.
I just I don't know. I wish there was another way that people could be inspired.
I know.
I don't know. Like I don't want this to be alarming when I say I'm not okay, because it's not like
I
when
know.
this first happened.
Yeah.
I just there's a lot of struggle in the day that I don't talk about, and I don't know what to do with it. Like it's not a I don't. It's not like the anxiety thing when I had to take medicine that one time. Like I don't feel like that. It's just I don't know. The world feels like so big, but yet so small at the same time. And
There's been a few times recently where I'm like almost feeling like I'm living in this alternate reality, like looking down at my life, like, how is this my life? Like,
yeah,
wake me up. Like, I have to be dreaming. Like, this cannot be real. Or, like, there has to be a time machine that I can go back and I can change something. And then it's like, no, like, this is it. This is what you have to live with the rest of your life. And it that's been hitting me more like the last 2 weeks or so, I think. And not that it's like making me emotional or anything during that time, but it's just like, man, this sucks. Like, I don't want to have to wake up every day thinking about this.
yeah. That's just where I'm at. Like I don't want this. I don't want it. I don't. I wish we weren't doing a podcast about this. Like it's definitely been good for me. It's been like an energy outlet and focus.
And I
But
feel like, yeah, I feel like it's kind of given you a way to feel like you're helping me, or not even me, but you. Like, it's giving you a way to channel your energy into feeling like you're a part of something, and it be speaking for you, or putting thoughts into something that like aren't isn't actually real.
Yeah, no,
But
there's definitely truth to that. I just, yeah, I don't know. Like,
I feel like this gives you a purpose a little bit in this for
yes,
yourself
for
more than like
sure.
obviously you have a huge purpose in this to support me, but I feel like this gives you a purpose in a different way.
Yeah, yeah. I just wish
I
there was
know.
another reason for the purpose. I don't know.
You're telling me.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I've definitely have been off lately, and I think that comes out too, like when I come home or when the kids come home from school, and I'm not my best.
I know.
Like I'm
And
not
we
bad,
don't
but
have to be our best every
no, I
day.
know, but
And you're doing great.
I don't know.
You're
Just
showing up. You didn't ask for this. You
no,
didn't sign up for this, but you're
no.
still showing up anyway.
But I didn't ask for this, but I did sign up for it. I don't know. Like we said it in our vows, right? Like,
Yeah, but nobody thinks they're going to say their vows and get diagnosed with stage 4
no, I
cancer.
know. But
I
when people
mean,
say like that you didn't sign up for this, like we did though.
yeah, but you also have like an unrealistic expectation that you are not going to be impacted by it. Remember, we talked about this the
No,
last
I
time.
get it.
Like,
I just like,
you don't actually think that any of the bad things are going to happen to you. You think they're going to happen to other people, and you're going to have this little bubble
well,
around
yeah. I
you.
mean, I guess like I thought you were gonna be like really old and
I
stuff
mean, that
when
would have been
bad things
way
happen.
better.
Yeah. I mean, he's still gonna be old, but
I know, but man,
yeah.
like, why couldn't this have waited 30 years at least? Like, come on.
All right. Well, I don't want to wrap this up yet because there's something that I forgot to ask earlier.
Okay.
What have you done for yourself this week?
Man, I knew you were gonna ask this. Um, I did go for a couple walks
You did.
a
You
while ago.
exercised, went for a walk.
I reached out to my friend Danielle, went for a walk with her. That was really nice to catch up. And then a different day I walked on my own and then walked up to get Liam. And I don't remember what I did on that walk. I listened to something. I can't remember what I listened to though. I with my short 2-minute commute, like I can't listen to podcasts anymore.
Yeah.
So that makes it hard. I have to like squeeze them in whenever I can. So, and I haven't been walking a whole lot, but I would say that that was for myself this week. I
Good.
got a haircut today.
You did get a haircut.
Okay, that's another thing. Look at
Yeah,
me.
I know.
I'm a rock star.
You are.
Although, can I just say, like, man, I'm in this weird spot of I look normal, I'm acting normal, but I'm like, okay, I have this thing, but like, not everybody needs to know I have this thing. But then I feel like it's this elephant in the room in my head, obviously, because the people I'm around don't actually know that I have this thing. And it's like, when do I tell people? Like, when do they need to know? When do they not need to know? Like, I didn't tell her that I have this, but I'm like, at some point, if I keep going back to the same girl, which this is the first time I've ever gone to her, like, let's say I keep going back to her, when does it get to the point where I like have to tell her about this? I don't know. And at some point, my hair might thin, so I might have to get a different haircut. Like, I'm just overthinking all of these things. But it's like, gosh, I also don't want to put this on another person. Like, it's just an awkward conversation. Oh, how are you today? Well, I have stage 4 cancer. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I
How do
get
I
that.
bring that up?
I don't
It's
know.
such a weird, awkward thing. And
Yeah.
I've already talked about this. I don't like making people feel weird and awkward. Like, I try to avoid that at all costs. And I know I need to get over that a little bit. And I'm hoping maybe this will help me do that. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how to function in these new
Yeah,
situations.
no, I get it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So I don't
Well,
know. It's an odd thing that I guess I'll, if I at some point tell her, I'll let you know.
yeah, sounds good.
So
All
I think
right.
I can't think of anything else I've done. So
Well, that's good. You said you're going to work out, and you did. There's some nice days to go for a walk. So,
and I went to support group.
well, that's true.
My
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
I'm
Look at
killing it.
you. Oh my
I know.
gosh. Wow. You. I think I can take the rest of this week off. You did so much for yourself.
You're still driving tomorrow.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Sounds good.
I was up at 2 a.m. this morning and I
Yes.
didn't go back to bed.
All right. All right.
I'll help drive if I need to.
No, that's fine. All right. Well,
Wrapping up.
yeah. Let's wrap this up. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm gonna repeat this. We can be found on all of the major platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. I think we're gonna put our first video like podcast up on YouTube as long as I didn't do anything weird. You never know.
You're known to do some weird things.
um, but yeah, so definitely listen to us, subscribe, follow, leave comments. Like I said, someone left a comment. It was really cool to see that. So if you can do that, if you aren't following our Instagram page, it's her cancer at her cancer our story. Give us a follow. We try to like give a little bit of the behind the scenes. You know, look into our lives a little bit. We're gonna try to post more and more as we go through.
I know, I'm working on it.
All
I
right,
did post this
you
week.
did, you did.
It's out of my comfort zone. I have to
It is
ease
weird,
into
yeah. It
this.
is, like, weird getting into that, so but
I'm not an influencer.
no, not at all, but we're learning, you're learning. Um,
Trying.
okay, well, so yeah, follow, do all that stuff.